Hello, and welcome to Twin Study After Dark. I'm your host, Sally, joined by my co-host, Katie. We're identical twin sisters. We invite you to join us as we investigate our similarities and differences in all things life has to offer. Hello, and welcome to Twin Study After Dark. I'm your host, Sally.
And I'm your other host, Katie.
Welcome to Season 4. You thought we were gone, bitches.
So did I. This thing doesn't die.
That's the thing about having a podcast with your twin sister. Unless one of us hits the bricks, we're here to stay.
Honestly, I was thinking about it because I've been hesitant to start again. Football season is about to start, so I thought I might need a hobby.
Oh, yeah, I know. You need someplace to go when your partner is watching football.
Totally. So this felt like a good alternative.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So we've been gone for the whole summer. We took the summer off.
Was it only the summer? It feels like it was way longer than that.
I think we ended around April, so probably right before the kids got out of school.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, it feels like Christmas to me.
Oh. Well, we had a very nice long break. Actually, a lot has changed because we ended season 3 with an interview. So you guys haven't even been updated on our lives. And last podcast I think we had before we had some guests was me talking about maybe wanting to add another kid to our family.
Oh, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, a lot changes in that amount of time, apparently.
Yes. So as for Sally's crew, my husband he got his vasectomy now it feels like ages ago. We decided we're good with 4. We're actually kind of in the weeds with 4 now.
I mean, honestly, thank God they're good with 4 because hanging out with them, it's like a tornado every time.
It's wild right now. Like the terrible 2s, not saying that they're terrible, but they are definitely a struggle.
They're definitely
it's the most wild 2s I've ever experienced in my life. And I wouldn't be able to bring a baby into our world right now, because they would probably die.
Murder it.
Yeah, they would die.
Twins would murder it.
No, I mean, all my kids, there just wouldn't be enough energy to go around. So we are very confidently staying at 4. And Katie's kind of changed her tune a little bit.
I have. I got my IUD out because I'm just going to play with fire.
She needs a little bit more crazy in her life.
Totally.
So we've literally completely switched from that episode.
I have to say, getting my IUD out has been so good in so many different ways, though. I hated having it in my body. I got it right after I had gotten a divorce for obvious reasons. And
she wanted to be a whore.
Oh my gosh. Adult women can do whatever they please. But with that being said, I have been in a committed relationship for over 2 years now, and we're getting older, and I'd love if we had a child together. If we don't, we're perfectly content with our family of 3. But if something happens, it happens, and we're here for it.
I heard so I was getting my nails done yesterday, and the nail technician was talking to another lady who looked about our age, and she was saying, I just overheard briefly her being like, she's 36, give it up already with the kids. You're too old.
Oh, well, so when I went to the doctor's office to get my IUD out, I was getting it out because with the hopes of, potentially conceiving. But again, like I said, the hormonal shifts and the way I can recognize where I am at in my cycle now is insane.
Really?
Yeah. It's very, very obvious to me based on how my hormones are shifting. I did not have that on the IUD. But with
wow.
Yeah. So, but when I was at the doctor's office, we were, we had just checked in. We were sitting in the lobby, and the woman after us checks in. And when you check in, they ask you for your birth date. So I heard her say, she was definitely probably 7.5 months pregnant or so. She said 2000. She was born in the year 2000.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, now I definitely feel old. But
yeah.
I feel old. I feel young spirit-wise, but I feel old in my everyday life because most people I work with are younger than me at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And because of this baby stuff, I do feel old, and I hate even saying that.
It's so funny though, because 36 is not young. Like, it is not young, but just medically speaking, so many people have babies at 40 now. Like, it's not necessarily like geriatric, I don't think, to have a baby at
I
this
don't like
age.
that term
I know, I
because
hate how they use it, but they still use it.
but the doctor when I was there, she was like, I have a 48-year-old that's pregnant right now and a 52-year-old patient that's pregnant right
I
now.
think they said, I think I read something on Instagram that was like more people are having babies at 40s than like teens.
Yeah. And I always had this gut feeling that I would be an older mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm in my 40s, it's not the end of the world. Like I said many times, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything.
Okay, so this kind of like gets to my kind of topic today
Oh,
because I
yeah.
just thought it was so funny.
What?
Oh my god, there's so many layers to it. I don't even know which instance to start with, but I was at yoga one day and there was the yoga instructor was talking to a woman and the woman looked, it doesn't even matter because I'm going to get to that. Anyway, I overheard the woman saying, "Oh my god, I know I look like a teenager. Like when I go out with my teenager, everyone just says, 'Who's the teen?'" And she was serious. Like dead serious, and like she looked 45. Like I was just like, girl, like no one to hang it up. Like she really, really, really thought she looked like she was
But
in her.
does she look young for her age?
No,
Because 45 doesn't
I
seem
don't
old.
know her age. I didn't go up
Okay.
and ask her age. I just looked over at her and I go, she looked older than me. Like I like you don't look young. But my thing is all these millennials have been told you look young for your age, or like you're so young for your age,
Yeah.
and it's embarrassing because like what if you actually don't, like you just look your age.
I think there's nothing wrong with looking your age. I honestly feel like I'm very aware that I've gotten bigger in the last couple of years. And we talked about this recently. Once you turn 35, something just happens. I don't know if your bone mass increases, but the number on the scale doesn't match. Like, I don't know what the heck happened.
Oh my
But,
god.
but I always say if you feel bad, go take a picture of yourself. You'll feel a lot better. The number on the scale doesn't mean anything.
But I'm just saying, in terms of even our faces, like there's also I don't know if you're on this side of TikTok where it's like millennials asking basically TikTok, how old do you think I am? Like guess my age.
Oh, okay.
And then
Because
like
millennials are supposed to be looking young compared to other generations.
yes, and maybe these might even be older than millennials because they look older. But
Yeah.
anyway, they ask it because they think they look young, and then the comments just blow up, and then like you see their previous videos, and they're like spiraling, and like, like what can I do to look younger? What do I need to do? And people are like, the way your hair is parted, the color of your hair, your thin eyebrows, like they're giving her whatever.
Like
Yeah, this is what gives you away as looking older type thing. But it's just so crazy that people are so dying to look young that they're literally asking random strangers to like guess their age and then getting mad at them when they guess correctly.
I have a little mixed feelings about this because I have tried so hard my entire life to look older because at work it has always been a disservice for me to look
you
young.
might be the problem. You're the problem. You're the one that's like, I look like I'm in my 20s.
Whenever people would ask me at work how old I was, I always said a year older because I was so insecure about being the young one.
Oh yeah.
And so I always want to appear older, but the people that are trying to stay young, like for what? Like what would that do for you?
Oh my gosh, especially in the workplace. Especially in the workplace.
If I looked older, I think I'd be more successful at work.
Yeah, I mean, I read something the other day again, probably on TikTok or something. That was like, whenever you say you read something, it was not in a book.
It was not in a book.
But it was like, in your 20s in the workplace, you get harassed. In your 30s, you get people surpassing you in terms of raises. In your 40s and 50s, you get aged out because people like basically are discriminatory towards old women.
But it's specifically about women.
Yeah,
like
women. Yeah,
path in corporate America.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with just looking your age. For the longest time, I could get away with telling people, "Oh, I have 4 kids," and I just wait for the response, and they'd be like, "No way, not you, you don't." And like, especially because I only had one biological, so they like would look at my body and be like, "You had 4 kids," and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I just look so young." Now, when I say I have 4 kids, nobody reacts like that because guess what? I look like I have 4 kids. I am an older person now. I look age of having children, the age of having children.
I love this season of our life. I think I've always said it, 40s are going to be the best years of our life. And even now that we're getting closer to 40, I'm like, 50s might even be better.
50s will be better because I think that by then we're just going to be like, fuck it and just do the craziest thing.
Well, and also people now that we're getting closer to 40, people in their 50s don't seem that old anymore. You know, like that doesn't feel old anymore.
Yeah, but like, also hanging on to the younger ages, granted, it feels good to look good, but I think being older, you can look good still too.
Yeah. I would never go back to my 20s.
I would, oh my God.
I would jump forward in time. And I feel bad even saying that out loud because I don't want to miss anything. But I would never, there's nothing anybody could do to get me back to my 20s. I hated those years.
That's so funny because when Dad was in town, I said, Daddy, buy me Botox, like as a joke. And because we can't afford this on our own.
Why would you want, you don't need it.
Okay, so anywho, I'm never getting Botox. If I do, you guys will be the first to know. But anyway,
Could you imagine Sally's scary eyes being frozen?
I also have a lazy eye. One kind of dips in. It would just, you don't need to notice that more.
It'd probably be more lazy.
Yeah, you don't need to notice that more. Kitty, we are identical twins. You realize that? You have scary eyes too?
I have, half of my face is frozen.
No, but me.
And not in a good way. It drips. It's like, downward frozen.
Literally all the females in our family except for our niece have scary eyes.
Maybe.
They're Scorpio rising eyes, and if you look at them too deeply, you'll get scorn. But anywho, what was I saying before you interrupted me?
You were
Daddy Botox. Oh yeah, and he's like, oh, I bet you wish you could go back to your 20s. And I was like, no, I would never go back to my 20s. That was the worst decade of my life. We were poor. You didn't help us at all. And he goes, I had no money. I was like, we didn't either. I lived with multiple boyfriends making like, I'm not even kidding you, $15 an hour.
I mean,
I think because that was
making $15 an hour.
I mean, I think they raised the minimum wage in that part at some point. Yeah. You know, the only saving grace is I think around age 25, they were like, you can be on your parents' insurance still.
Right. And I was financially supporting an adult ass man. And honestly, now that I'm closer to 40, I'm like, what the fuck? What kind of person does that? Like, nobody does that now. Like, now that we're closer to 40, I feel like you just have higher standards and expectations for yourself. That, girls, if you are supporting a grown-ass man, get out of that relationship.
Okay, but you didn't make good money. I was also supporting well, he wasn't a grown-ass man. I was supporting a man my equal age, living in Oklahoma, sleeping on an air mattress.
Ew.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
Like, your 20s suck. You're poor. Ugh. You don't know what you want. You got this degree. You don't really want to go use it, but you have to.
I wanted to use mine.
Oh my God. I didn't want to work. But then when I did work, I was like, this is such a waste of time. I'd rather be traveling.
Yeah.
20s sucks. 20s sucks.
30s has been good though, because 30s have been a lot of travel.
I think 30s is when you start getting your footing.
Yeah.
Like financially knowing yourself, and obviously, like we've talked about it, like snip, snip, snip. You cut so many people out.
Yeah.
That you find yourself.
You also, I mean, by the time you're in your 30s, you kind of understand who you are and you know how to dress yourself. In your 20s,
so you look a lot better.
Like, in your 20s, you're just exploring, like trying different hats
or following. Yeah,
your group of friends.
I don't think you knew. I don't think I knew who I was in my 20s. When my husband and I look back at pictures of us in our 20s, even our early 30s, we're like, we aren't even those people. Like, we were so trying to be something we weren't.
Yeah, you looked like you were trying to be like a sweater vest family.
We were, and it's very disgusting to look back at those pictures because like we look so prim and proper, and that is not us.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's totally weird.
But I think that was the aesthetic at the time, like the Pinterest and the Facebook, and to look perfect, and that was like what people were going for back then. And I'm so thankful. I am thankful to social media that's kind of that people have gotten rid of that.
I do think so. One thing I would say positive about growing up also, if you're in your 30s and you're dating, I love that there's no expectations. You don't have to get married if you don't want to. If you want to, you can. And only because I work with so many young girls, and they are in their 20s and they're fixated on getting married. And
It's
I'm like,
all you care
it's
about.
all you care about because all your friends are like, one of my coworkers has 7 weddings to go to this year.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so happy to be removed from that. Like,
yeah. But anyway, I think my topic, it just was like really funny because I think a lot of people hold on to youth, and I want to just like not do that.
With that being said, though, I'm not like trying to look old either. You know, like
Oh no, like I'm not
I'm
like
trying.
yeah.
I don't want to. I want to look my age. I want to look my age. That's how
If you got grays, would you let them come in?
No, because that's just not me.
I know
the people that do it. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And they usually look really good with it.
Yeah.
We don't get grays though.
I've gotten a few white hairs.
I had one that my hairstylist found, and I said, take it out. But that was the only one. And I'm actually shocked. But our mom never got grays.
Until the last few years.
Yeah. But, another thing that's going on right now is I am sober.
I knew we wouldn't be able to get through this podcast without Sally bringing this up.
Guys, ding,
all
ding, ding.
she talks about, which I'm proud of
It's not
her.
all I talk about.
She also is gluten-free, guys. Just so you know. She also is gluten-free because she's about to tell you.
No, I actually am not as proud of that. Yeah, I'm more proud of the no alcohol. No, the gluten does make me healthier, and I've noticed a lot of benefits to it. I hate to be that person. I was never this person. But no, I'm super proud of the alcohol because I'm almost 4 months sober, and as Katie drinks her beer,
it's a light one. It's light. It's only
light.
95 calories.
And I don't put any shame on anyone else who drinks. It's just for me. I felt like for the longest time in the back of my head, and I didn't want to listen to it, it kept being like, stop drinking. Like,
yeah.
I just like always had that like nagging feeling. It's like right before I started writing more, I'd always hear just right. That I started hearing like, stop drinking. And so I did. And I didn't even think I could get past a week, to be honest, because my favorite thing to do was to like have an old fashioned and read my fantasy books that I was reading at the time in bed. It was so relaxing. But I'm super proud of myself. And so you guys are going to get a halfway sober podcast from here on out.
Woohoo. And I'm very, very proud of Sally. I think that it was time.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, like, it's hard to say because I told my hairstylist, like, when I told her I was sober, she's like, you can't say that. You, like, didn't have a problem. And I was like, I think, like, wanting to drink most nights, like, that's what I was doing, or all nights. I don't know. I don't want to say it's a problem. I think it's so normalized.
I think it's normalized in this day and age that a lot of people drink at night. And that's just the reality.
And no, it's just, like, it's so normalized. And, like, I was totally fine every other moment of the day. It wasn't like I was like going out and raging or making like terrible life choices.
Right.
I think just like getting older, this is just like a process. But if Katie gets pregnant during this season, you'll have 2 very sober podcast hosts.
It's true.
So that means everything we say, you can't even blame it on the alcohol anymore.
I would never blame most of what I say on alcohol. I mean, honestly, if I say
blame
anything,
it on the
it's because I wanted to say it.
Yeah.
Even if I'm drinking, like it's something I was holding in, which I'm also happy I'm past that point in my life too.
Oh my God, holding in things, that is the worst. That is like so unhealthy. Yes, when you're older, you just don't need to hold things in anymore.
Yeah.
And you also don't hang around people that you have to hold things in.
Right.
Too.
True.
Yeah.
Valid.
It's okay.
What's next for us in season 4?
Well, all of our kids are about to go back to school. And
oh yeah, Theo left today to go to his dad's house for a week for vacation.
I know, you're sad.
I know. He had just gotten off of 10 days with me for our vacation together, but then, which was amazing, and it almost makes me feel like, oh, this is what it would be if I had him every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes to his dad's for 7 days for vacation. So I've cried a lot this morning, but at the same time, we've been doing this since Theo was 2 years old, which is crazy because now he's 6.
Crazy.
And it doesn't ever get easier. Like, I'd love to say
wild.
that it gets easier, but like, nope, even when we do transitions today, I still cry.
Whenever I feel like you are with somebody for so long too, like kids or I think that's why vacations ending is so sad, is because it's like unlimited time with each other.
Yeah.
And then when a vacation ends, even if you're going home to your house with all your family, it's sad. I think just it was a double whammy because you guys just got done with a really good vacation
Yeah.
of being together, sleeping together, seeing each other 24/7, and then now he's not with you.
Yeah. You just feel like you're getting so close, and then it's like, nope, now he has to go to the other parent's house. But he's
I
lucky to have
know.
another parent. Like, he'll never have abandonment issues because he has that other parent that's around.
And you guys both like spoil him rotten. He's
Yeah,
definitely
I mean,
living
this is his third vacation in a row, and before that, he was in 7 different summer camps.
I can't believe how many summer
Or
camps.
8.
Please
Yeah.
tell me he's not doing that many summer camps next year.
Next year, I don't know what our plan is, but we did overdo the summer camps. I will
Okay,
say.
that is like so crazy to me that is so normalized. Everybody in our neighborhood, like when summer started, you know, back in the day, kids would be out on the street playing. It was like quieter than it is during the school year because every kid was in summer camp somewhere.
Well, everybody has to go to work. You
It's
know, a lot of
wild.
people have 2 working parents.
Yeah,
and so
that's
like
true.
you need to put them in summer camp,
Yeah.
which is so freaking expensive.
Yeah.
Let me just say, it's like, I think for a week, it's close to $400 for each one we sign him up for, which then it's like, don't even think about a bonus check. You know where that's going? That's going to summer camps.
When I get my farm one day, I'm just going to make a website that says summer camp, and I'm going to have people pay me like $500 for them to come and play on
You
my farm
should,
for the
although
week.
the liability factor.
Yeah, I know, right?
You'd have to do some
No,
legal.
you'd have to like that'd be like so much. But no, I can't believe how much you spent on summer camps this year. Like I am very fortunate that I got to stay. Am I? I was about to say I was very fortunate to get to stay home with my kids, but
Would you wish they went to more summer camps?
they could have gotten to 1 or 2.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Oh, so we get back from the beach, and I forgot to log out of my Netflix and my Amazon and my
See,
Disney
this
Plus.
is a story you wanted to share.
No, I just want to. I'm putting it out there to see if anybody else thinks it's weird, because maybe you don't. Maybe you think it's perfectly fine. I think it's a little weird. But I had logged into Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon while we were at the hotel on the beach, and I forgot to log out of them. And my partner Nate was like, "Just use your phone, go check your devices, and log out." And I've never done that before. I didn't know you could do that. So the Netflix doesn't really matter because I don't think. I'm trying to remember. Maybe it was the Netflix. I can't remember which ones it was. It was definitely Disney Plus. Oh, and it was Amazon. It will tell you the device logged into on your account and like what that device is, like if it's an iPhone or if it's an iPad or whatever. So I go to log out. 2 of those profiles are logged in somewhere else. And I wish I could say, do you want to guess where? Because it's
I already
really
know.
funny, but
You
I
told
already
me.
told Sally.
Yeah. And it took me a long time to guess. I could not guess this person because they were from a very long time ago. Like
Yeah.
probably like 2 or 3 years ago.
It was 2022 or 2020. Yeah, it was 2022. So so that's crazy. And it's an ex-boyfriend of mine in California who's logged into multiple accounts of mine, and it said he had watched something on Disney Plus in March on my account. And so obviously I logged out, but I was also like, you're like a 38-year-old man. Why are you using my accounts? Go pay your $7 a month and get your own account. Also, if you're dating people, do they just see Katie and Theo pop up on your account?
He's like, those are my cousins or something these are my siblings. That's so confusing to me. Like, yeah, how is he watching movies with like there's obviously no other girl in the picture because
I don't understand.
there's no way you could like log on and then they'd be like, wait, are you on your ex-girlfriend's account kind of thing? That's
I don't
so weird.
know. And then it made me spiral. And
But
start
wouldn't you
thinking,
feel also like, tell me about your spiral first of
well,
all.
my spiral was, I just started thinking back to that relationship and how like he never really had a job. And, you know, again, my expectations were pretty low because I was just getting out of my marriage, which was really toxic. And I was thinking, you know, guys need to date their maturity level. Like he probably should be dating like a 26-year-old.
Okay, but
And I hate even saying that because that's like such a guy thing to do, to date younger. But he probably should be dating somebody in their mid-20s.
because you have high expectations. No, the problem with you, I think, when you were dating is that he does have a lot of similarities of other people you've dated. Like, for some reason, Katie always went for the person who had these really big dreams. And, like, they'd say, like, I work in tech, or like they all worked in tech or
How
whatever.
many entrepreneurs
Yeah,
can
or
you date?
yes, but they all
Yeah.
had these really big dreams, but none of them actually were like doing the dream. Like they were like gonna get there someday. But Katie got so fixated because she was just enamored by like, oh my god, they're gonna do this and they're gonna do this and they're so passionate about this.
I believed in them, you know.
You
like,
really
I
believed in them. She really did. Like most gullible person alive. And I'd like to say I'm an optimist, but I don't really have optimism when it comes to like men telling me they're gonna do shit. Like if they are gonna do shit, then I want to see actions.
I don't either anymore.
Yeah, I mean you've been enlightened.
Yeah, it was definitely a lesson I had to learn, and it was one of those karmic cycles where it's like everybody I dated was so similar that I had to break it by dating somebody totally different.
But every single person you dated, you thought was the exception. You're like, no. The old guy, Michael or whatever his name is, he was a bum. But this guy, Jalen, I don't know, he actually like means what he says. Like everyone was the exception.
Yeah.
And then all these months later, now that you're in a mature relationship with somebody who actually has a job and very grounded. It's very grounded.
Very grounded.
Like,
and
I venture to say his dreams are just as much as one can, like, it's just like so practical.
But I just think that, so like I believe I'm living my dream. Like everything I visualized for myself, for the most part, aside from the divorce, for the most part, I got everything I ever dreamed of. So for me to believe in somebody, that wasn't super out of line because I knew what I had done for myself. Now, if a man says that he is working on his passion project, I'm like, the passion project has to be the secondary project. Like, it can't be your number one thing because you have to make money to live. And you have to provide for yourself, potentially your family. Like, you have to have 2 feet on the ground.
Yeah. Yes. I feel like most people are aware of this, but for some reason, this was the type Katie always went for. And the fact that this guy is still logging into your account,
Disney Plus too,
to watch your
what the
shows.
hell has Disney Plus released anytime lately that's been really good? The only thing I was racking my mind.
Didn't you like WandaVision?
Okay, that I was racking my mind over like what possible thing he could have been watching because Disney hasn't released that much good stuff yet, or like recently. And then WandaVision came to mind. And I bet he was watching WandaVision.
I mean, he knows everything you're watching, so maybe he was just rewatching it. Oh, so sad. But it is kind of crazy, yeah, that he was doing that. But he was like a man child. Like that was your type back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of which,
it's embarrassing.
Speaking of which, I know I'm so happy I didn't go for a man child. I always went for like very mature men.
You had dated older.
I loved him. I probably had daddy issues. I loved a man. I loved a man. I loved a guy who could,
and apparently I liked little
cook.
boys.
I liked a guy who made money. I liked a guy who was experienced. And Katie liked a boy.
A little boy that had big dreams and hopes and they never come true.
A little boy who sat at his computer all day and talked
watching my Disney Plus.
I know.
I'm like, come on, seriously?
I know.
Whatever.
That's fine. Now, I mean, now
it's
he can't.
so weird. I mean, we have friends that have exes that they've kept their logins before. I remember one of our friends telling us about how her ex-girlfriend logged into her account and changed like all the names. Like, why did he even do that? Like, he didn't even do anything fun with it. He just watched it.
It was just secret.
Yeah, so weird.
Such an energy he needs to cut. He needs to cut that cord. You
sure.
did a favor to him, I think, by cutting that cord. Because, like, why do you want to have any tie to your ex?
I don't think you should.
Yeah, I don't think you should either.
Yeah.
I'm at the point. But anywho, what was I going to say? Although, like, I am happy for some of my exes. One of my exes from college just got married.
Yeah.
And I am really happy for him.
I know.
Like, he's like an angel probably on earth.
But that's fine. I think you should be happy for your exes.
Yeah.
Assuming you ended, like, pretty good.
Okay, so I guess like every situation's different.
Every situation is different.
Speaking of millennials, though, this is going roundabout way, but speaking as millennials, how we said we don't die to look young, but I mean, maybe we are. I don't know. Maybe we are. I did try to do the middle part for a little bit. It didn't work.
Also,
I looked like an old English
man. Some of the younger trends are great. Like, I love the baggy pants.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not trying to look young by wearing them, but like, yeah,
they're more comfortable.
I would rather wear more comfortable clothes.
Yeah, and I'd rather have like a bushier eyebrow than a thin one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a cold. But I saw something on TikTok and it said that millennials, like I said, not only are trying to look younger,
millennials are claiming to look younger. Is that where you were going with this? Sally needs to drink some water because she's coughing.
Also, mind you, I'm sober.
Oh my god. And gluten-free.
And gluten-free.
Yeah.
And Katie came into this room and spilled her beer all over.
It was the first thing I did.
It's the first thing she did. She christened the room.
Sally saged it, and then I just spilled beer everywhere.
All over. That was Katie's saging.
Okay, because it's a light beer.
It's a light beer.
Yeah.
So, anywho, no, as I was saying, no, there's this thing on TikTok where I guess Gen Z is saying that millennials, sorry if I'm so stuffed up. Gen Z is saying that millennials are very immature for their age. Like, they act immature. And specifically, I think people said from 30 to 35. We're right kind of within that range. But do you think there's truth to that?
I agree.
Me too.
Yeah, I agree. Like, we're immature, but also
we're so immature.
I think that in general, because of when social media came out, like MySpace and whatnot, when we were in middle school or high school or whatever, we've been like seeing it evolve like throughout all the phases. Like,
yeah.
You know, and I think there's a little bit of excitement for us every time it evolves a little bit more. And so when you see millennials posting and making reels, I really enjoy it. I think it's like playful and fun that we're still acting like children, but that's just stuff that our parents didn't do. You know, but our parents were at our age were definitely just settled.
So funny though, because like this was supposed to be a diss, but basically I've seen a ton of millennials come forward and they're like, yes, this is my stuffed animal collection. This is like, and I was like,
I love that.
I literally texted Katie all week because I've been obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix. Yeah. Like, it is an anime, beautifully made movie. You need to go watch it. I started it because my children wanted to watch it, and like now I am the fan. I love them.
I'm wondering if we were scarred or like traumatized as a generation young, and so we're holding on to our childhood.
Okay, so I did read this theory, and I'm gonna go with it. That we are the generation that is working to heal our inner children. Like, we are really getting to know our inner child because we are breaking generational curses.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, maybe some childish behavior comes out once and again. Like, but we are healing it, right? We're not acting all, like, prim and proper and tough and, like, we really are engaging with our inner child.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there's something there where I do believe therapy and mental health awareness was up and coming when we were getting raised, or when we were kids, whatever. I worded that wrong, like we were chickens or something.
When we were in the coop.
So with that, a lot of people have gone through therapy to better understand themselves and heal childhood traumas. But then a lot has happened for millennials. We've gone through a lot in our lives.
I was talking to our dad about it, and he's like, you guys have witnessed a lot.
Yeah, so if I want to watch a Cinderella story for the 1000th time, let me watch it, goddammit. You know?
If the Cheetah Girls are on my playlist and it soothes me, let me be soothed.
Listen to it. Yeah.
Yes. If I want to try to wear a crop top when I am 40 years old, let me.
I know.
No, I agree. I think we've been through a lot, and I think that we aren't afraid to try new things. We're very innovative, but I also think we aren't necessarily afraid to be embarrassed because we've already been embarrassed to the max.
Yeah.
Like, we were around when Facebook had statuses, and we would write those when our brains weren't fully developed yet.
Oh yeah, I know. And
like I would probably write on there terrible things like, I mean, we used to post that it was complicated in relationships.
I remember posting song lyrics all the time that were so ridiculously specific. Everybody knows who
literally,
I was writing to.
You tore my heart right open. Yeah, like, I mean, oh my God, one of my friends, her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, obviously, of college, he posted, I'm just sitting out here watching airplanes take off and fly. Like, it was always like a country song that was really heartbreaking because you go out and break up or whatever. No, we've already been thoroughly embarrassed. Like, we can't be more embarrassed. So, yeah, we do immature things. Yeah, we still dress up for Halloween. Like, we do all the things.
I think the cool thing about being an adult is that you can be childish, but then you can also sit down at night and have a cocktail. Like, you can have, well, it's not like she's sober and gluten-free, but I mean, I like being able to do both. I like being able to be a kid, and I think that's fun for our kids too, that we're playful and whatnot.
I also think that you spend so much of your teenage years embarrassed to, like, have fun or be who you want to be. And then finally you get to be an adult and you're like, I get to do everything I want. I get to go to Disney. I get to have a balloon if I want one, a pretzel in my hand, and just have the best time ever and be a crazy person.
Oh, the people that are against Disney adults, like, who hurt you?
What's
wrong with you?
Do you hate love?
Do you hate
happiness? Joy?
Do you not like joy? Yeah. What?
I'm so confused. But I will say mental health was not a thing back when we were little, like, at all. I mean, Britney Spears being Exhibit A, right? Like, everyone can assume that she was very done wrong. That was the norm, right? I have to say, this is totally random, and this is me talking sober. So, guys, we have ADHD. Like, why is my mind even going here? The other day, my husband was doing a project, and he had rubber bands on his wrist.
I can't wait to hear how this relates to Britney Spears.
Like, mental health, like, not knowing what is right and wrong.
Why was your husband wearing whatever?
He was, like, doing, not a craft. He was fixing our AC, and he took apart something, and he had rubber bands on his wrist.
Okay.
What do rubber bands on your wrist make you think of?
I knew it the moment you said it, because your son, sometimes Sally's son wears rubber bands on his
wrist. Because he
gets
them from gymnastics.
He gets them from gymnastics. Also, why the hell are they giving out rubber bands?
They say that they're bracelets, and they're rubber bands. Rubber bands.
Like, what the hell, gymnastics? So when we were little and we had to go to family therapy, we were, what age do you think? Like, 4th grade. I'm gonna say it's 4th grade because everything was in 4th grade in my mind. The therapist gave our sister a rubber band to put on her wrist.
No, I think she, like, had us all try it.
Okay, to snap every time she was having, like, an intrusive thought. And Sally and I, okay, and all the therapists out there still doing this practice, because I did.
No, because Ginny and Georgia, they have her do it.
They have her doing, like, if you're self-destructive, if you hurt yourself, maybe that's a better solution.
Maybe.
But we were children at this time, and we were like, I mean, it was definitely.
It felt like they were teaching you to self-harm.
It felt like
you were saying, like, bad me.
Yeah, like, you're punishing yourself,
like,
still.
slap on the wrist.
And
no.
But, like, I don't want to talk too harshly about it, because maybe it does help some people.
Okay, but my point is mental health, like, literally was at ground zero. Like, people were, like, knew nothing about it. Like, didn't even know really about bipolar or anything. Like, that was like a new and upcoming.
It seemed like, at least where we grew up in the Midwest, it seemed like every mental health professional still believed you could heal from what you had. Like, they were trying to fix you, as opposed to teaching you coping mechanisms to better deal with your diagnosis.
Yeah.
And the fact is, most mental health disabilities you can't heal from. You have to cope with them.
Yeah, and you have to find strategies to live with them.
Yeah.
But it's, like, so crazy, because anyway, Adam was wearing a rubber band.
What?
And no, I literally looked at him, I go, why do you have rubber bands on your wrist? And he goes, because I was, like, doing something with AC. And I was like, That is so traumatizing to me to look at. Like,
Brought you back.
It just brought me back. But that's like the thing. Like, okay, so this had nothing really to do with anything besides the fact that yes, we're immature still. B, we still have unhealed trauma from our childhood.
Yeah.
But so much has changed. But millennials dealt with a lot and didn't have tools. Like, they were literally, that's one of the tools they taught me. What if I was telling my children to do that? that'd be so fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a sassy thought, slap that rubber band on your wrist and just give it a good pinch.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy.
It seems less problematic coming from a mental health professional, but like I needed the statistics on this.
I know, because I feel like when you're a kid, you have intuition. And I remember being in that session and being like, that's fucked up.
There's just so many other things that are, in my opinion, you could tell a child to do if they're feeling big feelings.
Yeah.
Then physically harm yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. It was weird.
Anyways, that was a rant.
So we're allowed to be a little mature. Therapy's come a long way. And
did Sally mention that she's sober? And she's gluten-free. All right. Well, I think we're just about done with the first episode. Right?
That's just about it, guys. I'm sorry if you missed this. You must have a really boring life.
No,
I'm just kidding.
We're always here to talk. Send us ideas.
We
for
love
what
you
to
guys.
Chat about. And
I have some good debatable issues that I want to bring up coming up soon. But the layout of season 4, we're not really putting a lot of pressure on. We're going to be honest. Katie gets overwhelmed easily.
I have a lot going on in my life.
She has a lot going on.
I think that it's just, we can do it, but it can't be a priority.
It just is going to come when it comes.
Whenever we want to have fun.
Worst podcast ever.
Worst podcast ever.
Woohoo! Woohoo! And
also, we really want to get on Survivor. So if anybody wants to nominate us for Survivor, I don't know if that's even a thing.
No, it's not like The Bachelor. I don't think that people are like nominating others for Survivor.
If somebody has a connection to any of the producers on Survivor, we want to get on so bad. So please.
Katie would be really funny, but she wouldn't do very well.
I have theories about how well I would do, and I will talk to the producer about that when they contact me, and I can't wait.
So if this podcast all of a sudden comes to a screeching halt, it's because one of us was cast on Survivor.
If I disappear for a month and a half, it's because I've gone on Survivor and I'm having the time of my life.
They won't have wine.
Okay. All right. Anyways,
okay. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone. It's Sally. We're going to leave our story there for today and pick up next week on Twin Study After Dark. If you've enjoyed our podcast today, please rate, review, and subscribe. We'll meet again next week for more Twin Studies.